The one I finally got in this month was a veteran I've been with for 3 years. He's a young child. I call him young. He's a boy, young man. I know him through the car club. We meet with the antique car club. And he knew a couple that live close to him. But anyway, his wife was pregnant with twins. This was like 2 years ago. And her ankles were swollen. He knew what I did. He knew what I sold. He said, "Is there anything she can do on her ankles?" I said, "Well, I have topical if you want to try it." I think he even talked to you if it was okay for her to do that.
Yeah.
And he tried it and she had relief from it. And so he still had that topical. He still had it. But he had the twins, of course, having an older daughter and then twins. And then he had health issues. Actually just had a liver biopsy and he had
Wow.
to he just had his liver replaced. Yeah.
Wow.
So he's out of work. He has hardly any money. He's living back with his mom. And I wanted to get him in as a veteran. I've been like after him is come on, this is the best time. I've been working all month with him. And he said, "Well, let me check with my mom. She might be interested too, because she has arthritis in her hands. And she might, and I kind of put some topical on her hands and she felt better. They've both been sick all week with this upper respiratory crap going around. And so I told she had a bad headache that day. He said, "I'll get with her tomorrow and ask her again." I said, "Tell her to put the topical on her cheeks, on her near her ears, behind her ears, down her neck." He called me the next day. He says, "My mom said thank you. Her headache went away." It was all sinuses. So I knew the pressure would help her. But I kept saying, "Come on, you got one more day. Come on, we got to get you in here. You get free shipping for a year." They have money issues. And because of him not working, his mom's watching the twins. And he said, I don't know, I'll just buy it from you. I was like, "No, I want to get you in for the 99 anyway. Let's get you in, get your mom she's going to try the Ultra Vibe." So I said, "You already still have topical," which is what he wanted because he's afraid to take anything else at this point. And he even used it on his headache yesterday because he got what she got. So I said, "We'll get the vibe through that. And then we'll go from there. But at least you're in, you'll get free shipping for a year, and we'll just go with what we can do." And so he finally joined yesterday.
Congratulations, Debbie.
But I'm saying this, Susan, as Jenny, I always carry samples with me, but I will not give one without them doing a tap card.
Excellent.
I said, "I need to have your name if I'm going to give you a sample because I want to check back with you and see how you feel on it." And they usually do. There's usually not a problem. So I've been working with 3 other people. 2, I went to a retail store for a nonprofit. They were giving us a check. So I came early because it's a local retail store. Never was in the store before. Yeah, let me see who owns it. Went in, just talking, and they go, "Well, what do you do besides the nonprofit?" Because I told her I was retired. Kind of filled them in a little, but I have trouble diarrhea of the mouth. I have to tell them just enough without oversharing, but you get excited and you want to share. And I tell them that. I said, "Sorry, I got to calm it down a little bit." And I tell him that Jeff's been off two other yeah, his blood pressure medicine. He's off 3 of them and he's only on a half. And I kind of put that in there and told him a little bit about my cancer journey. Sorry, my clock's going on. So I just kind of give a little story here and there. And I've been checking back with him all month because I met at the beginning of the month. And then I joined another Women's Connection Club for small business women, and got 2 other people, but they own stores. So they've been really crazy busy. Sent them
Right.
the PDFs on the product I gave them and kind of say, checking back. And it's like, okay. But I think I've told you this before where if I have him in my phone in the notes section, because I can't remember who I talked to, where it was. So I'll put in where I met them from, and then I'll put it what they're maybe interested in, and then put in okay to check back in a month or a week. And then I'll change that. If it's like a check back in a month and they're not ready yet, I'll check, can I check back again? And I'll put that in there and I'll just go through my contacts sometimes and I'll go, who that was again? And I'll look into the information and check my notes, and I go, "Oh, I wonder if they'd be interested." So I'll call them again. Until they tell me no, don't call me ever again.
Right.
I'll call them back every so often without trying to be annoying. And
Sure.
but anyway, so that's what I do. But at least I got one in this month.
That's awesome.
They're
Good for
busy with
you.
their own
And
businesses. One makes chocolates and one does a flower shop locally. So she's crazy busy with Christmas. So, I understand that. So I said, I
yeah,
get it. I understand. I'll check back with you whenever. When's the best time to get back with you? So, and I'll see him again at the Women's Connection, the two people anyway.
and so hearing about the Women's Connection and retail store owners and the veteran, it's interesting to see how you're with your nonprofit, the other different ways that you have of
Yeah.
connecting with people, which I think is a great recommendation for all of us. Just go meet more people. Go.
Yeah, because I don't work. So, I mean, I either meet people at church, and
Right.
I went to another connection club, but it was further away and everybody was just interested in their own thing. But this is just women in small business. So everybody has a little bit of everything and we help each other. It's like somebody sells real estate, and that's one of them. And one is florist shop and the other one makes chocolate. So they all have, as long as we support each other and,
Right.
they might share like, hey, I have arthritis or my baby has eczema on her arms. Can I put the topical, the body lotion on it? So I usually will give them a sample to try and hopefully they'll get back with me, but I'll definitely keep in touch with them, but I just keep dripping on them. I try not to overshare. That's my biggest problem because
Well,
I
and
do
that's a
get
great
excited.
point. When
I
we
do get
talk about
excited,
energy
but
drips, it is not a hose. It is not a fire hose.
not a drowning.
It is a cat, not a dog.
Yeah.
And that's a part of discipline. And we've all made that mistake. After a while, you just feel so exhausted and tired, and you've had no enrollments, which is the best indication that we've got to make some changes, which
Right.
is why it's nice to have those conversations with mentors that can help soften and help to create a more effective use of energy, if you will. You don't want to waste your
Learn from
energy.
our mistakes.
We learn from
I
our
have a
mistakes.
quick question.
Yes.
Specifically for the powders, how do y'all carry around your samples? Because they do not survive in my purse.
Anybody want to answer that?
I have a
Okay.
I have a designated pocket for, and I have a backpack, and I have a designated pocket for just my samples and my business cards. So I don't know what and how is it one of the big sanguine purses?
No, see, I have a purse this size stuffed to the absolute max because if I get anything bigger, I'm carrying the whole house.
Yeah, I love my backpack. I went up a little bit but I also have to definitely make it clear to myself. And, in fact, I had my biggest pocket this past week was my big pocket, but I couldn't not go and not have other things with me. So,
Right.
Right.
so it's a discipline thing, it sounds like.
And
For
apparently I
us.
don't have any of that.
Well, you know what? How many kids do you have? Do you
Two, but they're adults now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so are mine. But it started back then, so.
Right, yes. You have to carry the whole house with you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, Lawrence, in your car or something, I've got a little box in my back seat where I have extras. That's my pantry. So I only have a few of them in my purse at a time,
Okay.
So, and there's been times when I said, can you hold on just a minute? I've got that for you. It's out in my car. So, just put your stash in your car.
All right.
I
Good-
try to only
good
keep
question.
a couple samples in my pocket of different things, but I try to switch them out so that they're fresh. If I know they've been in there for a month, I'll take out those and use them, and then I put in fresh ones. Because
Well,
they
have
do,
the-
I noticed with the amalaki, it's very compact, very compressed. So when you get out of your purse, they're all like
They're like,
twisted
Squish.
up. It's like they're all airtight, so you have to kind of stretch them out. But Yeah, I just try to keep fresh ones in there, and then I keep extras in the car, or I figured, well, I'll come back if I don't have enough. But if I have two of everything, that's usually enough if I'm
Right.
going out for the day.